Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Wall, Texas. I'm your play-by-play, Zachary Carlick. Beside me is color commentary, Jeff Holscher. How are you doing today?
Well, I'm good, doing real good. It's always, I mean, it's Friday night in West Texas.
And
the temperature's a little cooler.
Oh, it's great though.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome.
This is what I'm used to football weather-wise. Now, let's be honest. I grew up on the Gulf, South Louisiana, so even in like the hot
Y'all played
times,
football?
We try.
Okay.
I won't say we played well, but we played something like it. But we always had that Gulf wind blowing in, so this is what I was used to, the cool air blowing through,
sure.
And it felt great. And this is my first time out in Wall ever.
Yeah, it's good to have you out here, you know. You're filling in for Russ Howard.
Filling in for Russ, yeah.
You know, I know Russ is watching tonight. Hopefully he's watching right now.
Sorry,
he
Russ.
and I did these games all year, and his work took him somewhere else.
Yep.
So if you're watching right now, Russ, we miss you. Hope everything's going good up there.
Yeah, absolutely. And Russ, we wish you safe travels whenever you do finally get to come back. But, you know, tonight – Wall comes in, what are they, 6-1, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes, sir.
Pretty much from the scores I've seen, feels like they've just decimated every opponent they've beaten.
They have, even if the scores have been closer, I've yet to really see them in person. Now, I know they had a really solid game last week against Merkel.
Right.
But I have yet to see them in person put on 4 quarters of football, right? A very talented team out here at Wall. They got a lot of speed,
right? And
they're a very physical team. So fast and physical.
So
usually,
you know more about this
does
team.
things.
You know more about this
Sure.
than I do, Larry. So what is their typical offensive setup here in Wall? What do they run out of? I mean, do they run a wishbone? Do they run a T? I mean, what do they?
Well, you know, forever. Well, not forever, obviously, but since 2009 or 2008, I do believe they were a flex
bone. Almost is forever.
Yeah, I mean they ran a flex bone, and then this year they switched head coaches. Craig Slaughter came in. He's now the head coach out at Wall right now, and they run more of a let's spread this thing out. They'll use a sniffer every once in a while, but they're really a 2x2, 3x1 type football team.
Now, I was watching pregame. I was watching the quarterback, Landon York. I was watching some of the warm-ups. Looks like he's got a pretty good little arm on him. Get the ball downfield pretty quick.
He's got a very good arm on him. I remember when he was a freshman. My son graduated last year, so I've watched these guys for a few years now.
Sure.
But I remember watching him on in a summer like 2-3 years ago, I guess, playing 7-on-7. And you just know somebody that's got exceptional arm talent, the ball just pops off of that index finger different.
Yes.
And when I was watching that, I'm just sitting back, chilling, not really thinking. Then all of a sudden I see that, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. It perked me up. I'm like, that's legit.
You know, and I was watching them run their, just a little I guess they're 7-on-7 drills, really what they are.
Sure.
And I was just watching them, little curl, receivers hitting a little curl route. He didn't miss one. Like, he was hitting very accurate with his throws.
Yeah,
and it comes from just what you're talking about.
And what he does, I think, just as well as that, and we're about to have the national anthem, what he does just as well as that is control the game, manage the game, and I think that's awesome. that's what he does really, really well for the Hawks.
So, folks, we're going to take a break here while we have the national anthem. Stand by with us. of the Star Spangled Banner there by the Wall Band there. Very impressive.
Absolutely. They do a really good job out here.
So you're talking about game management. Now, obviously it takes a team. You can't win it with one player. You
Sure.
can have a great quarterback and
Sure.
nobody that can catch the ball, and it does you no good, right? But how much do you feel like the ability to manage the game for York plays into the success of this year's team?
A lot. I mean, because he's not typically one that's going to try to force things into double coverage. He's not going to scramble around and put you in a negative play usually. He's just a guy that when he's got that opportunity, he's going to take it. And if it ain't there, he understands that in an offense like this, explosive plays are always possible. So if I have to throw it away a play, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll get it the next one.
And okay, so now
And you've got to be patient like that with these offenses.
No, you absolutely do, especially with the spread offense. And we saw some of the impatience, how the impatience kind of hampered the team last week when we were doing the late game. We saw some of that.
Right.
And so I understand that completely, 100%. Now, let's flip to the other side of the ball. I notice here, looking at our two-deep sheet and everything, they run more of a 3-4 setup.
They're a 3-3 stack.
Okay.
Is really who they are in the most basic terms. They love to spread up their coverages and where their pressures are coming from. This is not a team that likes to blitz 6.
Okay.
They are more stunts and pressure oriented up front, and coverage changes in the back.
Yep. A little bit of sit back, be patient. Safeties roaming the field where they need to be.
Right. They've got so much speed. Looks like Coahoma has won the toss and deferred and chosen the wind, and Wall will receive. Now, people at home, I'm kind of goofy about the wind, right? I love to let y'all know about the wind.
I learned this last week about you.
Well, it's kind of a big deal, especially tonight, because the flag is whipping. So you got about a 30-mile-an-hour
wind's blowing good.
Wind, and it's blowing kind of diagonal across the field, which is odd for Wall. It's a southeast wind. So as you're looking at home, it's blowing from right to left, kind of diagonal across the field right at you.
Okay. So where are we at? We're about a minute. Well, we're probably right about kickoff here in just a moment. We'll have the Schurz landscape kickoff to start this. But what do you think is the key on defense for Wall for this game?
For Wall, to me, for them tonight, they've got to contain the quarterback and the running back for Coahoma.
I was watching the Coahoma quarterback in pregame.
Right.
He's got a quick hand on him too.
Yes, he does. I think if they can contain those two, they've got a good shot. Like I said, they've got so much speed in their secondary that they can make up. Even if they're in bad position, they can make up for it.
Okay.
And this game has a lot of implications.
A lot of playoff implications, seeding.
Exactly, a lot of seeding implications because the winner and the fourth place out of this district will go on one side of the bracket, and 2 and 3 will go on the other. And there's a good chance that there could be multiple teams kind of vying for that, those spots, right? And
larger district.
And if you're at home, the way that's going to work this year is there's a 15-point limit. And so if you got 3 teams that are all tied at the end, they either gain or lose. It's either positive 15 if they won by 15 or negative 15 if they lose. Well, last week, Coahoma lost to Grape Creek. So right now, Grape Creek's a positive 14, and Coahoma's a negative 14. Of course, Wall beat Merkel.
Here's the kickoff fielded at about the 8-yard line. It's going to be returned up the middle. He's going to get a good read, but going to run into a group of Bulldogs there at about the 38-yard line where he'll be taken down. First and 10.
And that's Evan Bailey immediately making some good yardage on a return, about 25, 30 yards.
We see that right here on the Alpha Paving instant replay there. And going through the front line right now, you got Hudson Braden at left tackle, Ryan Scandalari at left guard, Reed Ballard at center, Bane Jinsky at right guard, and Emmett Marlett at right tackle. We'll get the rest of those after this play as number 1, Reed Robertson, goes into motion. York takes the snap, He looks downfield.
Oh,
He's
goodness.
going to go right across the middle. It's a complete pass to Robertson as he's going to get the first down about the 42-yard line of the Bulldogs, and that's going to be, I forgot the sponsor, Oasis.
Crop Insurance first down.
There it is, Oasis Crop Insurance first down. I was like, where's my paper?
You know what I loved about that play? We don't see them get into quads very often. They were in empty and went to quads empty and sent some cruisers.
As York takes that snap, he's gonna go out to number 25 there, and he's gonna make a move from the sideline and move it upfield about 4 or 5 yards. Going to be about 2nd and 4, it looks like. I don't know that number 25.
25 is Thomas Leonis on that pass, and that's going to be good for 8 yards for Thomas, and once again you see York, what he originally wanted didn't pan out the way he thought it was pre-snap, so he found his safety valve.
And we got a big group and a little pitch out to number 8 there as he's going to get across the first down line and be driven out of bounds at the
there it is.
16. And we're going to have
a Levis.
A Levis restoration and solar penalty. That's going to be a late hit out of bounds, I'm sure.
It's going to be a face mask. You kind of see his hand get, I'm sure we'll see it on the replay here in a minute. You see his hand get up to his face and kind of move. But it should be a face mask, sure enough, on Coahoma, and that's going to set Wall up at the 8-yard line of the Bulldogs.
All kind of sponsors getting some time here with the first down for Oasis Crop Insurance, and
you'll see it right about there. Yep.
So we get set and running play for Leonis up to about the 5. They're going to say the 6-yard line. Going to be 2nd and goal from the 6. As Wall is moving here in the Angelo MRI red zone and getting set for the 2nd down play. Your receivers tonight, Kalen Oliver at the X, Briggs Jones at the A, Evan Bailey at the B, and Reed Robertson at the Z, with your tailback Thomas Leonis and quarterback Landon York. For your starters for tonight's game is Robertson goes into motion with the jet sweep, pitch up front. He's going to get about 3 yards, going down at about the 2 or 3 yard line. Just see where they spot the ball at. Going to be 3rd down.
And I really think that Briggs was expecting him to keep on coming outside. Mm-hmm. He was kind of giving him his hip. Just keep coming outside. And you got it. And he kind of looked back and he cut up. And really and truly, Briggs probably needed to go make contact. It would have been an easier read for Reed Robertson. No pun intended there.
Third and goal from the 2 as handoff to Leonis is in there. Touchdown Hogs! 2-yard run by Thomas Leonis straight up the gut. 6-0 pending the Dick's Key Shop extra point here. The kicker, who is that? Number 22?
That is going to be Lane Stansberry.
Okay.
He's their starting defensive end. He kind of does a lot of stuff.
I love a player that can do a lot of things like that as the extra point is up and appears to be good, and your Wall Hawks take the early lead 7-0. What can you tell us about that play there, Larry?
Well,
we see it right here.
We'll watch it on this Alpha Paving replay, and all it is old school lead. They bring in Brylan White to be a fold blocker inside and lead up on a linebacker, and
it worked.
Yeah, I mean, nothing special about the play. Thomas Leonis had to blow through one tackle.
To me, it's just that big, good smash mouth football. Smash them in the mouth, run through the hole, and get 6.
Well, early in the game when you got tight yardage like that, you want to dominate their will, so to speak.
Yep.
You want to be physical in short yardage, just to say that you can.
Yes. Show them who's the boss out there for the moment.
Pretty much, yes.
As we get set here for the Schurz Landscape kickoff will be going left to right on your screen there. And going against the wind a little bit. A lot.
Yeah, a lot. That's why it's such a big deal to me in the first quarter and the third quarter to have the wind.
Sure.
But when you defer, you don't get that option.
It wasn't a bad kickoff. It's going to be fielded at Well, it's going to take a bounce, and it's going to be, oh, my goodness.
That's going to be Kyler O'Neal recovering. What
Holy
a great
cow.
pooch kick that hits the ground, rolls back, and Kyler O'Neal flies down the field and jumps on the ball.
And listen, you're a former coach. You don't draw that play up. That just happens.
No, I mean, you hope that you can get a kick that does that, but Kyler O'Neal, hats off to the young man for flying down the field and avoiding contact to put himself in that position.
Hits at the 25, bounces back to the 30 where he just falls on top of it, and every Coahoma player's like, what did I just do?
Well, yeah, you know, they're expecting it to bounce back up to them.
And so we get set as York takes the snap here, and he's going to release as he gets hit, and he's going to throw it away. And that's what you're talking about earlier.
Right.
It didn't develop. Don't take the sack. Get rid of it.
You know, and that was supposed to be a comeback to Briggs Jones.
Right.
Down by the 20, you know, and he was in double coverage. He knew what he wanted to do. That's a very tight window to get it over, and especially over somebody underneath.
And so you throw it away a little bit. Second and 10, no big deal. As he gets set and hands off the ball, and Leonis is going to get across the line of scrimmage about 3 yards, going to be 3rd and 7. Putting yourself in a little bit of a tight position, but with a 7-0 lead, you can play 4-down territory here.
Absolutely. You know, anything's really open on 3rd and 7. I mean, I like 3rd and medium, to be honest, because your short game's still open, like your slants are great, cruisers are great. And to be honest, that option that they did earlier was great.
Last week you got on to me for not liking 3rd and 2 over a penalty.
Well, yeah, 3rd and 2.
As they get set in the 3+1 set as Briggs goes into motion, and York takes a step back and, tries to get it to Leonis as a little dump pass, and unfortunately does not. It falls incomplete.
Yeah, he went to the concession stand, I think, got a little too much mustard on that ball. You know, he was wanting a little dinker, and it came out a little hot off of his hand.
I love your little sayings there.
But I love the call. I was about to say even a running back screen, but
yeah, it was pretty good. As they get set here in a 2+2 set, York rolls out to his right, hits. Just misses Reed, and that's going to be a turnover on down for the Hawks.
Yeah, you know, I don't dislike it.
No,
you know,
I like the shot.
Well, yeah, I like the shot. I like them going for going on 4th. You're up 7-0. You're on the 27, so it's just like a kickoff anyway. Yeah. So,
well, I mean,
why not?
And for me, what I like about it is
and you're going into a headwind, so there's a good chance you may not get that field goal.
Yes, and so I like that you can try things out. Just try something that you haven't tried yet, and then just see how it works. As the Bulldogs get set and go roll, try to send a pass out to number 99, and it falls incomplete. 99, that is Jordan Gonzalez there with the incomplete pass. Up front on your defensive line, Braylon White at defensive end. Your nose is Weston Scandalari, and your other defensive end is Lane Stansberry. As we get set for this play, 2nd and 10, as the handoff up the middle, as it's going to be, he's going to get the line of scrimmage on that, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it. You know, Lane Stansberry's right there waiting on that. And, of course, Mickelwitz is involved somewhere in it because he just sniffs the ball.
Yeah. Your safeties tonight, Garen Wiggins and Briggs Jones. Your corners, Levi King and Mason Rutledge. And your linebackers, Gavin Sisson, Garrett Guy, Ethan Mickelwitz, and Jacob Braden as they get set. Quarterback steps back. He's flooded with Hawks. He goes for a pass out to number 99 again. Unfortunately, falls incomplete. Should be a punting situation, 4th and 10 here after 3 incomplete passes by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, the pressure definitely affected him throwing that to Gonzalez for sure.
Didn't even have a chance to really get a good throw on the ball.
Didn't get a great look at the ball.
Sure didn't. As Cox is the quarterback for the Bulldogs. And the punt is back. It's up. Good high punt. Doesn't travel very far, though. Takes a Bulldog bounce across the 50 to about the 45, where it'll be down around the 45, 46-yard line of the Hawks. And that's where they'll take over, 1st and 10.
You know, and that's the other part of football that if you can get a short field and getting it at midfield, if they can stay only having to go 55 yards, I mean, you kind of like it.
Yeah.
Right?
No, oh, no,
I mean,
absolutely.
I know that's a Captain Obvious statement, but it's true. I mean, I'll take 55 over 80 or 90 every time.
Oh, no question about that. As they get set, 2 in the backfield, 2+1 to the left as the handoff to Leonis goes up the middle. Going to be about 3 yards, 2nd and 7. A little bit of an awkward tackle it looked like.
Yeah,
there.
those are the tackles I don't really like. I mean, he wrapped him up and then just dropped.
Yes.
So we're changing a hip drop to a throat drop. But either way, it's the same thing, and you worry about ankles getting underneath.
Worry about knees.
I'm telling you, I think a hip drop is worse than tackling the other way.
3+1 set to the right as the handoff to number 7. Number 7 is a new one on our roster tonight.
That's going to be Jagger Thompson.
Okay, you said you knew that name.
Yes.
Okay, I did not.
Yeah, well, he's new on the roster. He came up about 4 weeks ago from the JV, and they sent him right back down.
He gets a line of scrimmage there.
Because really and truly, he's a sophomore, so those guys, you want playing time with a young player as much as you can get.
Sure. 2x2 set here with for the Hawks as York steps back, goes deep down the field to Reed, and it's going to be out of bounds. Third, making it 4th and 7.
I'm going to be honest. I think part of what you're seeing with the ball flying so far out of bounds, I think part of it, like I said, this is a diagonal wind.
Yeah, I was just going to say it might be the wind.
And it's a pretty strong wind at that, and it's going out the way that the ball's flying out.
Absolutely.
So,
both of those plays went pretty far out with that. It could easily be that wind push. You get that ball up there that high in the air.
Yeah, I mean, if he wants that, he's going to have to lower that angle and put a little bit more behind it.
The punt is up, and it is a good punt as it hits the 20 and keeps taking a Hawk bounce to about the 11-yard line.
About the 11-yard line.
And that's where it's going to be down. Anytime you're inside the 20, it's always inside the 15 is great.
And that was a very smart play by Evan Bailey to just let it hit and then stay away from it. Don't let it hit at you and get as many yards as you can out of it.
And I was watching the other day. I saw a guy, they were talking about high school punter. He punted it from like the 10-yard line, and it hit it like the 40 and rolled and just kept rolling and rolling to the 2-yard line.
Oh, wow.
I was like, now that's a lucky punt right there. It was like an 89-yard net punt or something. So they're going to get set with Cox in the backfield at quarterback as he's going to hand off up the middle. And first positive play for the Bulldogs as they get about 8 yards on the run, maybe 9, 2nd and 1.
Right, and that was Ben Taylor on the tackle, number 52 for the Hawks.
So we get set here in a 3+1 for the Bulldogs. Running back, I'm not sure who that running back is, 22. They're on Cox's right hand.
Yeah, that's Jaden Vineyard.
And Cox is going to roll to his right under pressure. He's going to get a completed pass to number 12 and tackle by number 21.
Yeah, number 12's Landon Wells.
Good catch, get the first down.
Right, and finally Bryson McFarden pulls him down, but all you see is just a dig by Wells. Actually, that was number 21, Gage.
Yeah. So they get set
Taysom
2 by 2
Stucker on the tackle.
Running play up the middle, but he is immediately hit at the line of scrimmage. That's going to be.
Yeah, that's
they're
Brylan
give him a
White,
yard. Yeah,
I do believe, on the tackle.
2nd and 9. That was a tough yard for one. That was a tough run for 1 yard.
Yeah, that was Brylan White. He just comes down the line and says hello.
He said hello in a very nice, well, maybe not so nice way. 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter as they get set another running play up the middle and hit immediately by number 70.
That's going to be Cohen Braden that makes first contact and allows some more Hawks to come in and join in on the fun.
Yeah, only 2 yards allowed. It's going to be 3rd and 7 here for the Bulldogs.
So right now Vineyard is having some tough going running, but I mean he's putting in the hard work right now.
Absolutely. So they're going to get set with another 2x2 set. And running back on the left-hand pocket of Cox as number 5 goes into motion. And he's going to step back. Immediately gets pressure by the Wall Hawks and gets the pass dumped off. And it's going to be 4th down. They're not going to get it. It's going to be 4th and 1 after a 5-yard gain.
And I do believe that was Mikowitz. I may be wrong. No, it's Tayson Stucker that made initial contact, and then Garrett Guy came in.
Yeah, the initial contact occurs around the 38. He's able to push for a couple more yards and make it a little manageable. As they're going to go for it here on 4th and 1. 4th and 1 yardage, or short yardage here situation for the Bulldogs as they hand the ball off up the middle, and it looks like he might get it. Going to depend on the spot. I'm going to guess he's got it. And they say first down. Oasis Crop Insurance first down for the Bulldogs.
What a great call earlier on that screen to set them up for 4th and 1 because, I said it at the beginning that Wall really doesn't stunt 6 or blitz 6, and they did that play, and they caught him in it.
As they're going to get set and a little screen pass out to number 5, and he's going to move up the field before being driven out of bounds at the 49-yard line, better known as the 51.
Yeah, that was Briggs Jones that finally got off of a block up top to come make this tackle.
But big yardage, 8 yards, that's a lot on the first down.
I think Brylan White was really expecting him to force a little faster, but they finally got him taken care of to set up a 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2 is a running play up the middle again, and that's going to be a loss of yards. That's going to be a lose a yard, make it 3rd and 3. Number 31 looks like that's in on that tackle.
Once again, that's Mikowitz and Garrett Guy at the end that are like gnats on his legs, and he can't get off of them.
Yeah, wouldn't let go. As we look here at the Alpha Paving Instant Replay, hit him immediately at the 50. He ran into his own guy, actually.
And the beauty of all of that, you see Mikowitz. Mikowitz is fighting through 2 doubles to get into that
and number
fight.
12, how about number 12 grabbing that jersey and saying, you're not going anywhere?
Brylan White being physical like Brylan White is.
3rd and 3 as the Bulldogs get set and roll out to the left-hand side and go to pass to
Gonzalez again.
As he drops the ball, 4th and 3 from the 50-yard line for the Bulldogs. And now if you're the Bulldogs, you have a decision to make here. Okay, your running game hasn't been great. It's been okay. It hasn't been great. You've had a few drop passes now.
Right.
Especially the short passes. They're going to get set in a 3+1 to the left with the running back on his left pocket for Cox as there he's going to flip to the right. And there's the snap. He's going to roll to his right. It's going downfield, and it is tipped by the Hawks and knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, that was Levi
Turnover
King on the deflection of that pass.
And we'll see right here.
We'll also give a lot of credit to Cohen Braden, number 70, I do believe, or that's Scandalari, number 61, that puts just enough pressure on him to make that a little bit high.
Yeah, and 16 is that? Who was?
That's Levi King who on the deflection.
That was a great deflection. He got a lot of elevation to get that ball, too.
Well, he's a pretty tall kid anyway. He's probably 6'2".
As they get set in I'm not sure what that formation was, but they're going to hand it off to Leonis. He's going to get about 5 yards straight up the middle. Just a bruiser football play right there, in my opinion.
If you remember the old offset eye,
yes,
that's kind of what that formation is, but you're doing it out of gun.
Okay. I couldn't really tell because I was like, where is everybody?
Just another way to get 2 running backs back there.
As they get set again in a 2x2 set, Leonis on the – we're going to have a
They
false
should
start.
have him, but I think they're going to give a false start.
Yeah, I think there's a false start coming. The referee threw the white hat threw the flag. Usually that's what it's going to be. It's going to be 2nd and 10 after this false start penalty. And coaches don't look very happy about that. That Olivas Restoration and Solar penalty. First one on the Hawks tonight.
Right. And on offense, that shouldn't be happening. You know the count.
Yes.
You know what's happening. That's just one that you can't – if you're focusing on what you want, they can move around all they want on the defensive side, and it shouldn't affect you. So
and it did look like you had actually possibly pulled an offsides, but if your guy moves first, doesn't help you. So as we get set here, and then you got a little extra protection there as you're going to have a little tunnel there as he's going to go for about 2 or 3 yards before it's finally blown dead. And not a big play, but it got you some positive yardage. So it's going to be 3rd and 7.
Yes, sir. 3rd and 7. And you would kind of think that the officials are going to make that a little faster whistle as the game progresses, or it's going to get bad.
I was wondering there is, I'll be honest, it looked like that defensive line was lined up in the neutral zone as the play goes down.
Nice little hole shot to Briggs Jones.
That was a great shot downfield. Holy cow.
They've been running this little combo quite a bit. You're going to have a vertical by number 1, an out by number 2, and Briggs is just going to follow number 1. So that outside backer's either got to sit on the out or back up to the follow.
As we get set, and he goes deep downfield and incomplete in the end zone.
That's going to be to Kellen Oliver, who goes up but does not come down with the ball.
Just couldn't come down with it.
Yeah.
Great throw down there, though.
Yeah, no, the throw was right where it needed to be. Make him go get it. You'd like to see him high point that ball a little more, especially over a receiver that's a cornerback that's pretty much in phase.
Absolutely. 2nd and 10 here for the Hawks as they get set in a they got an extra back in the backfield there as number 1, Reed.
That's Reed Robertson on the little jet sweep. You would like for that.
That's the word I was looking for, jet sweep.
You would like for that tackle to stay engaged, because that's what Reed saw as he come across.
Mm-hmm.
That guy was fighting outside thinking it was a zone, and he opened up a big hole. Well, if he'll just stay on that block, he doesn't make that tackle.
So we get set 3-1 on the right side, and little miscommunication on the part of the Wall Hawks. That's going to go down as a sack, as it doesn't look like Lloyd was ready. Landon was ready for that snap there. So, hey, fans.
He wasn't.
Hey, fans, check out why First Community is the #1 local auto dealer with great rates on new, used, or refinanced autos and a variety of payment options. They can make your payment fit your budget. So be smart, bank smart. As we get set here for this play as Landon takes the snap. He was ready for that one. Going to go deep downfield and make a reception. Number 15 there.
That's Evan Bailey once again with a huge catch. It's going to be just enough. I'm telling you, they're going to want to make a faster whistle, because this is not going to get pretty if they don't.
And he needed
about 21 and got 22.
That's what I was going to say. He got one more than he needed. So that's going to put him in the Angelo MRI red zone tonight again. And that's going to end the first quarter as they're going to let that clock tick down. We come back, Wall will take over 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line of the Bulldogs. So stay with us, folks. You're watching Wall Hawks football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union.
Check out why First Community Federal Credit Union is the #1 local auto lender in the Concho Valley.
With great low rates on new, used, and refinance autos, we can save you money. First Community has great payment options and low prices for GAP, extended warranty, and credit life insurance, so we can make your payment fit your budget. So be smart, bank smart, and contact First Community for your auto financing needs.
Pain is never planned, and recovery time is never convenient. But the last thing you want to do is wait for answers. At Angelo MRI, you are more than a number. We can get you results within 24 hours at a price you can afford. So when you need to get back into the game fast, tell your doctor you want to go to Angelo MRI. We hope you don't need us this season. But in case you do, remember, it's your health, your choice, your MRI.
Welcome back to Wall Hawks football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union. And Larry, I got to say, that first quarter went quick.
It went really fast. You know, I'm surprised we're sitting there. I mean, if you're Coahoma, you got to be pretty excited to be 7-0 right here going into the second quarter.
And I'm going to tell you what a run by
Leonis, that's a good, hard physical run. You'll see it right here on the replay. Once again, all it is power G. The guard's pulling and rolling up on a linebacker, and he just gets behind him and rolls on in.
And gets a good 8 yards. Going to make it 2nd and 2 here. They're going to say 2nd and 3 on the scoreboard as York he hands off to Leonis, who's going to get across the 5. He's going to get the Oasis first down And it's going to be first and goal from the 5-yard line here. And that's another good run. He just saw a hole, so took a little sidestep to the right and took off.
Right. And he even had me. I mean, Landon York's fake right there looking down the field. I mean, he kind of had me going, does he have the ball or not? Of course, I'm at the backside. And all that was an IZ. It wasn't anything special. But the O-line is doing a really good job of parting the waters.
Yeah, and I said the same thing. I'm like, oh, did he hand it off or what?
And here's the 12-pack.
Can I say it? Touchdown, Hogs! 5-yard run. Number 12, I don't know the names yet. Who is that?
That's Brylan White out of the 12-pack formation. And all that is just we're sending a lot of beef right there. We're up on your linebackers. Just a lead. That's all it is. ISO lead, whatever you want to call it.
And you needed
right
5.
At you.
You needed 5. He was open for 6, and that got you 6 more on the board. It's going to make it 13-0, pending the extra point with the Dick's Key Shop extra point here with 10:54 to go in the first half. Extra point is up.
What a great job by Evan Bailey getting that ball down on the Dick's Key Shop extra point.
I was about to say it.
You'll watch it right here. This is the 12-pack play, and like I said, they're just sending it. It's what we used to always call old smash, right?
Yes.
You kick out the end, down on the tackle, DT, and you send 2 people up on that line on the linebackers and say, "Here we go."
And here's the thing on that particular play. Honest to goodness, when you look at it on replay, I didn't notice it live. He probably should have been down at the 1 or the 2. But he got that extra little push there at the end and just fell forward and got across the goal line for the touchdown. Great play by number 12 there.
I mean, I love it because it's a bunch of DNs and linebackers in the backfield, They call it the 12-pack. I still like to think of it as 12 gauge because those guys, they'll run a crossbuck series as well.
Right.
That you don't know who has the ball, and it's just a bunch of big guys coming right at you.
Sure's landscaping kickoff coming right here after the Hawks take it, and the ball falls. There's the win for you. That's the 3rd time I've seen the ball fall tonight on the tee. And they're going to get set here. Your Wall Hawks leading 14-0 here. And the kickoff is up. And it's going to be filled at about the 7-yard line as it's going to be returned. And he's going to be hit at the, he gets hit at about the 19-yard line. That's going to be the forward progress. And he got knocked back to the 16-yard line. Hey, Hawks fans, we want to let you know that if you're in the market for a new car or truck, go see the folks at Mitchell Automotive Group. That's Mitchell Toyota on Knickerbocker Road and Mitchell Buick GMC on Sherwood Way. So, 1st and 10 for Coahoma, 19-yard line. They get set, and it almost looks like a shotgun tee back there as they hand off to 22 in the reverse. They're going to hand off 22, and it's going to be reversed to number 5. He's going to be pushed out of bounds at about the 21 or 20?
Right, and
that 20-yard line.
That's going to be Garen Wiggins pushing him out of bounds. And he's a guy that the Hawks love to have back. You see him, he's being patient. He kind of gets hit and held a little bit and then finds his way over to push him out of bounds. But he's a guy that was injured for a while, and he's kind of the quarterback of that defense. He gets people where they need to go.
So they get set in the 2-1 or 2-2 setup. Cox steps back into the pocket, and he's a little dump off there to number 5 again. He's going to be pushed out of bounds on the other side, about the 24-yard line, going to make it 3rd and 5.
I do believe that was Gavin Sisson that finally forced him out.
And, I look at that play develop here, and I look at number 5 there for Coahoma. That's Jaden Henderson. And I feel like he's just open too long here. And I feel like there's a difference between being patient and, I might have got away with a little bit there.
Yeah, very, very possible. There was definite contact there for sure.
So as we get set, it's 3rd and 5 here for Coahoma as they're going to hand off.
Ball's on the ground.
And the question is, did Wall get on it? I don't think they did.
No, Garrett Guy was close to jumping on it, but number 22 for Coahoma was pretty quick to jump back on that thing.
Vineyard there.
Vineyard was all over it.
Yeah, it's going to make it 4th and 8 after a loss of 3 yards on that play.
I like what Wall is doing right now on defense. The first couple series by Coahoma, man, they were pressuring, they were stunting. This time they said, hey, look, we're going right back to our base defense. They're sending 3 and dropping everybody else.
And their 3 are getting good penetration as that's going to be fair caught at the 47-yard line of the Bulldogs. and that's where the Wall Hawks will take over 1st and 10.
Yeah, very good by Kellen Oliver to just fair catch that ball.
Well, I kind of wonder if maybe the coaches, you try the stunts, you try the, maybe a blitz or two, and and if you're noticing, hey, you know what, our front three, they're getting great penetration. We can step back and play our game.
Well, they were kind of stunting and pressuring themselves out of the play a lot of times. But here's always been my philosophy, and I think it's a good one in life and football and anything, right? When all Haiti is happening around you, go back to the basics.
Deep throw by Landon York, intended to, I don't even know who, you know these numbers.
That's intended to Briggs Jones, and that's saying something because Briggs Jones is an extremely fast individual.
I was about to say, he was moving pretty good. I mean.
Yes, he's a very fast guy. Now, I'm gonna remind everybody, the wind is now at Wall's back.
That's true.
And I'm telling you, it is gusting pretty good.
2nd and 10, 3-1 to the short side of the field here on the left-hand pocket. And we're going to take a second, look up, and see what we got here. 20 seconds to go on the play clock. Plenty of time to do that. And as Landon takes the little swing out pass to number 6 there, he's going to get across the 40 before going out of bounds. I'm going to say at the 39, going to make it 3rd and 2. Okay, I like this 3rd and 2.
Yeah, 3rd and very manageable right here for sure. And all that was just a swing out to Brady Neal.
It was great. It worked.
And once again, really good job by Evan Bailey. He's on that stalk block for a long time.
Yeah, he is.
And that's hard. You'd like to see him be a little more active with his feet to get his hips around him a little bit.
Hand off to Leonis.
Tebow's got 40, nothing 30, but room.
25, and he's taken down at the 22-yard line. 1st and 10, and Oasis Crop Insurance first down for the Hawks. What a run.
Yeah, as we see it develop, all it was just a hand sweep. And Briggs gets an out block. Marlette's blocking downfield. Just a lot of blocking happening and a lot of open grass.
And just following the blocks, that's it. As Leonis gets the handoff again, and he's going to cut back across the 20. And
that's going to be Jagger Thompson that time.
Sure was, my bad.
You saw Jagger do a little jump stop. I thought it was Leonis too. I didn't see him switch out.
I didn't see him switch, yeah.
And I saw that little jump cut, and I'm like, no, that's not what Thomas does.
That's going to be 6 yards, 2nd and 4 here inside the Angelo MRI red zone here. Maybe a little early jump, I don't know.
Going up to Reed Robertson.
Does he come down with it?
He does not.
I was wondering, I was like, I got to look at the referee and see what he calls. See what the line judge over there calls. And they called us wings when I was a wing. That's what they called us, the wings, when I officiated. That's going to be 3rd and 4 inside that Angelo MRI red zone. As jet sweep in play, and he turns upfield and hits
he's going to score.
Hawks! Great jet sweep, 12 yards up the middle of the field. Great turn. Tell us about it.
I mean, this is one of those Briggs Jones doing what Briggs Jones is capable of doing. When he turned that corner, you saw a different gear. He saw it. He put a foot and rounded into that corner, and it was done. But he's an extremely fast kid as we get ready for this Dick's Key Shop extra point.
And there's the snap. Kick is up. And looks good.
Is good.
21-0 with 8:43 to go here in the first half.
Now we'll see this jet sweep to Briggs Jones. Now I keep talking about Briggs Jones' speed. Now,
but it's
I've said this during the year before this. Man, when he turned that corner, he has another gear. But we're talking about a kid that runs a 21.9 200. That's extremely fast, especially for this level.
Even in slow-mo on the replay, it looked fast. He hit 12 yards like that.
And people can talk about, they just missed the tackle. Well, speed will do that.
Yes.
You think you got the right angle, and then he hits another gear, and all of a sudden the angle you had is gone.
I think what people miss,
and now you're just launching at him, hoping.
Yeah, and I think what people miss there is exactly what you're saying. Why did they miss the tackle? Okay, you're right. He missed the tackle. Why? Well, he missed it because, like you just said, he was too fast.
They've got their tackle angles set in their mind. They know where they're going. They've got a great one. Then all of a sudden, that angle's gone. It's changed.
And I like how you said it. He just hit another gear. As soon as he turned, he hit a different gear and was gone. And so there's the Schurz landscape kickoff. It's going to be fielded at about the 5-yard line. Great kick as he's going to move across the 20 up to the 20. And that's going to be, was that number 99 on the return there as he gets the 25-yard line?
I believe so. I think that was Gonzalez on the return again.
Trying to see here on the replay. That is. 88.
88.
That is number 88 there for the Bulldogs. That's Bryson Pearson. And good return. I mean, good 20-yard return. Fought for the last couple, 3 or 4 yards before taking it down by a slew of Hawks as they get set here. The Hawks are going to get set on defense. Bulldogs take over 1st and 10, handoff up the middle, and he's met by Hawks at about 1 yard gain, it looks like. I think they're going to give him 2, 2nd and 8. As I can't really tell.
It's hard for me to see up here the glare or something.
Vineyard on there.
It very well could have been Garrett Guy on the tackle. I mean, that he's over there.
Well, White was in the zone as well as Braden. As they're going to get set, he's going to roll to his right. I'm
sitting there. I watched that ball go out, and I saw Levi King
I thought there was
jump on it. I really did too, but the ball was thrown kind of out of bounds. Levi King was in great position and made a great jump on that pass.
Yeah, if he misses anything on that ball, he takes an ounce off of that. That's pick 6 the whole way.
Once again, I love what Wall's doing right now. They're saying, hey, we're going to contain with these 3 guys and our outside backers. We're in great position on all runs, and then just switching up coverages.
Mm-hmm.
But they're going back to just basic defense. Fly to the ball, make things happen. I don't have to pressure you to get you there.
Sometimes the basics are all you need as Cox is going to step back and he's going to move a little forward, and he's going to be taken down for a loss of about 6 yards, making it 4th and
that's
14.
Gavin. Exactly, and that's Gavin Sisson coming
just
up.
Down.
But you'll see Mikowitz in the middle of the field. I mean, he's the quarterback spy, really. He's really spying the running back, but he's out of the play, so he starts spying him. There's no cutback lane. Gavin Sissom's able to just go and make the tackle.
And just a great chase down as it's going to be 4th and ends up being 13. They give him credit for the 22. Punt is up, and it's going to be hit at the 42 and roll to about the 44-yard line of the Hawks. They're probably going to put it at the 43, 44.5-yard line.
You know, and that was really good communication by Kellen Oliver because they actually had a Hawk over in that area. Number 26 for the Hawks was in the area.
That is Mason Rutledge.
But Kellen Oliver was able to communicate to him, hey, this thing's hot, it's live, it's coming right at you, and he was able to get out of the way.
So they're going to get set 1st and 10 in a 2-and-2 stack set as we get Reed Robertson into motion, and Landon steps back, rolls to his right, going deep down the field, and just drops it at the end.
You kept hearing me say, ooh, because they sent Reed in motion on this instant replay. You'll see it. And then they cruiser him across.
Yes.
There is nobody around him for 15 yards. You can see it. Nobody.
Yep.
And I can promise you, I've said this, don't ever trade for sure yards for more yards. And that's a higher percentage throw because it's just 15 yards in front of you.
But you know what I've noticed is
he don't mind taking shots, though.
No, that's what I'm saying. Every first down, they're taking good shots on these first and with these short field situations.
And the ball was right there.
It was.
I mean,
I couldn't tell if the defender got a hand in there or not. Looked like he might have. As we're going to hand off to Leonis, and he's going
to be wrapped up really fast by number 21 for Coahoma.
It's going to be a loss of a yard on the play, make it 3rd and 11 for the Hawks.
Yeah, Gage Simmons for the Bulldogs was.
And he got good penetration and he just got a good wrap up. That's all there was to it. I mean,
yeah, he
wasn't a bad play on either side. It was just a good play by the defense.
Yeah, no, he did a really good job of anchoring himself right there.
3-1 setup as Landon rolls out to his right and hits. Who is that, number 2?
That's going to be Kellen Oliver. And
needed the 46, sat there at the 45.
Right. I mean, exactly what you're taught to do. You know where the sticks are. You go a yard past the sticks,
we'll sit
right there. And once again, all you're getting is that fade follow look, and he sits right in it, a yard past the first down.
That's all you need. And we were always taught that, too. If you had a 3rd and long, let's just get to the sticks, get the first down, and we'll worry about everything else after that. As Landon gets his pass off to number 6 as he's going to break away across the 40 and down at about the 37-yard line. Going to make it 2nd and 2.
That was Brady Neal on that reception. You know, and all it is just a stop route.
Yep.
Just layers of stops. This is
I like how he gets out of the tackle there, too.
Right. Good hard running after the catch for sure. You know, finding spots and making levels like – 4 weeks ago, since this is kind of a new offense, people don't understand the nuances that go into this.
So number 15, he's going to take the jet sweep and get across the 25 before he's taken down about the 23-yard line, I'm going to say. And that's going to be it. And that's an Oasis crop insurance first down.
Right, we'll watch this. Once again, all it is a sweet jet sweep with the lead blocker in Leonis.
Yep.
And
Leonis did a great job.
Absolutely.
Great job leading.
What I was going back earlier, there's a lot of intricacies like that. The 4 stops right there, you had levels, somewhere at 3 and somewhere at 7.
York's going to step back and hit the outside man. He's just going to fall out of bounds for the completed pass.
Yeah, I do believe that was Briggs Jones way over there.
That is.
It's Briggs Jones, yeah. You know, and I'm telling you, that is a very tough throw.
It is.
Anything to the outside is a tougher throw than anything inside the field.
And here's my thing on that pass right there. If it's an ounce harder, it's an incomplete pass because he's thrown out of bounds.
Sure.
Because he caught that and just slid right out of bounds. So they're going to get set 2 plus 2 set, maybe a little tight end set, as York's going to roll to his right and hit number 2 at the 4-yard line. They're in the Angelo MRI red zone, 1st and goal from the 3. Who is that number 2 guy?
That's Kellen Oliver.
There it is. Great catch.
He's one that's getting a lot of shots tonight to make plays, and that one he makes a good possession catch.
And I love the fall forward. He turned his body, fell forward, got the extra yard and a half that he needed. 1st and goal from the 3. I'd like to see a little dose of Leonis straight up the middle. Why not here?
I think we'll see just IZ. Let's go. In fact, they may even fold block this slot over here.
You think so?
Well, yeah, he's their fullback type. Yep, there it is.
And it's in there. Touchdown, Hawks! 27-0 with the 3-yard run by Leonis. Straight up the middle. You called it. Just there it is.
Yeah, power H and just roll with it.
Didn't even look like it was hard for him.
No, the tackle did a great job of digging out and a down block, and it's now you just roll somebody up on the linebacker.
We'll get set here for the Dick's Key Shop extra point as there's the snap. Ball's down. Kick is up. Looks good to me. 28-0.
Kick out, double down, roll up to linebacker town.
There.
It's that simple, man.
I love this play, though. Look at this as we see the Alpha Paving instant replay. I mean,
and to be honest, the linemen don't give it as much credit as they probably deserve. We're busy talking about this H-box folding, but they're the ones that made it easy for that H-box to fold up in there.
I feel like that line made a hole the size of the Red Sea.
You know, and that's a group that's getting better constantly all the time. You know, the transition from flex to spread, you knew it was going to take some time. We talked about it in the interview before the year even started. It takes time for receivers, one, to learn how to stem a secondary guy. It takes these linemen from being a three-point stance with a hand in the dirt to sometimes being a three-point, and now you're not attacking as much as sometimes you're catching.
Right.
Depending on what the play is.
Right. Well, you know, We got 4:32 to go here in this first half. 28-0. We've got the Schurz extra point or Schurz landscaping kickoff coming here, and that's going to go through the back of the end zone. That's going to be a touchback there. Coahoma will get it at the 25, 1st and 10. But honestly, I feel like the line is dominated by the Wall Hawks tonight, and I say that, and we're seeing big holes on the offense. We're seeing the defensive line getting good penetration and all that. But here's the fact: these Coahoma boys aren't small on the line.
No, they're a very good sized line, and they're a good line. Don't get me wrong. But even on defense right now, the Hawks are able to maintain their position and come off of it and make plays. Once again, you see that it's just base defense, man.
Cox gets patient and gets it over to his receiver for a gain of about 4 or 5 yards there.
You see this awesome, this Alpha Paving replay. They're going to throw it out here to number 5 for Coahoma. And Levi King and Gavin Sisson and Levi King's the ones that ultimately wrestle him out of bounds. 2nd
and 5 here for the Bulldogs as Cox gets the snap and it goes up the middle. It's going to be a Oasis Crop Insurance first down for the Bulldogs at about the 38-yard line. Just a good run. You're going to see some pressure right here out of Mikowitz, and even on the outside edge by Sisson. Or not Sisson, but oh goodness, I couldn't even see his number, but it might have been Tayson Stucker, possibly Welch. I think one simple solution to when they want to pressure, and this is going to sound crazy when I say it, but it's an easy fix, is just slow down your pressure a little bit. Yeah. And now that one was Stucker on the play there. No, not Stucker. That was 31, not 21. These guys are flying in there, and they're flying in a little bit out of control. So when I'm talking about slowing down, just get under control on your pressure, and I think you're going to find that fixes a lot. So they're going to get set. That play went for they're going to say 1 yard gain. 2nd and 9. 2 plus 2 is Cox goes down the field and gets almost looked like it was going to be a incomplete pass. Well, and what Guy was expecting here, Garrett Guy was the one that he was on it. He saw it. You see him flying out here right now. I really think he took a wide angle because he thought it was going to be deflected. Yeah. And he was ready to catch and score, knowing that he had Mikowitz on the backside of him. Yes, and Mikowitz made a great tackle there. It's going to be third and 5 here for the Bulldogs as they get set in a 2-by-2 set. We're going to go – does he stay in bounds? Yeah, he caught it and stayed inside. That was a great little route by number 5, and I think there was a little bit of a confusion in the secondary on and I'll be honest, it almost looked like number 5 took off early on the play. Yeah, it really kind of did on the outside. Let's look at it here. But he was off the line. Yeah. But, you can't catch it all. Right. And he needed 5. He got 6. As they get set 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line, with about a 2:50 to go in this half, as Cox is going to step back and make an incomplete throw well short of the intended receiver. Right, and he had to throw that off his back leg. Lanson Moore, the intended receiver on that play. That's why it went a little bit short. He wasn't able to step into it. He had some pressure coming, that's for sure. And again, that's that. Look, their offensive line's not small, but you're getting into that and back into that backfield, and you're putting that pressure on Cox to make him make those bad throws there. As Cox gets set, he's going to get a little swing out pass to his running back there, and Vineyard, and he's just going to bruise up for 6 or 7 yards. Yeah, that's to get a third great, short. Just tough, just knocking tacklers off of you. Aggressive, physical run right there. Yeah, he just knocked tacklers off of him as we see the Alpha instant replay here, and number 43, who is that guy? That's Garrett Guy. Hey, I got it right. Who is that guy? Who is that guy? Yeah. 3rd and 3 here for the Bulldogs in a 2+2 set as they hand off to Vineyard up the middle, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage, push forward. He's going to have to fall forward for that yard there. Right. And it's going to be 4th and 2. That's a really good job of Garrett Guy meeting him in the hole. Yeah. I'm telling you, Vineyard is
got some tough runs going tonight.
And that's a timeout there by Coahoma on this 4th and 2. So while they take a timeout, we'll take a timeout. You're watching Wall Hawks football on Concho Valley Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union.
Dear San Angelo, we share the belief that expectations are meant to be exceeded.
You think a pat on the back and trust should be earned.
You admire those who always do their best and bring out the best in others.
You believe we should always help our neighbor.
You have a history of embracing excellence and professionalism.
You feel the way we treat each other reflects our community's character.
We are proud to say, San Angelo, you are our hometown.
Would you like a time-lapse of your construction project? Damon Bell Photography and Drone Services. Need to check your roof for hail damage but don't want to climb up that rickety ladder? Perhaps you're selling property. We also cover sports and weddings. Damon Bell Photography and Drone Services.
Welcome back to Wall Hawks football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union. Now, 4th and 2, you're down by 28. A little bit of a big play for Coahoma. You want to get some momentum going into the halftime here.
This is going to sound nuts, but I don't think you pressure. I don't think you do anything. The last time they ran just a screen.
And great defensive play by the defensive line of the Wall Hawks as Vineyard tried to go up the middle and was met by an entire host of Hawks and actually got a loss of 2 on the play.
You had Kyler O'Neal, Brylan White. Really, that was just a pressure. They sent 4, basically, maybe 5 on a pressure.
You ended up with a loss of 3.
Right. So I guess it's a good thing they didn't listen to me.
I guess that's why we're up here, Coach.
Yes, exactly.
But that's okay because with that Oasis crop insurance here, it's a first down for the Wall Hawks, and that's where they'll take over 54 yards from pay dirt before the half. 1 minute, 52 seconds to go. A little 2-minute drill here, short field, as we're going to have
a delay of game, I do believe. Yep.
So
on the Hawks.
Okay, so now we're 59 yards from pay dirt.
Yes, sir.
If my math adds up right. We'll just say we're at the 59-yard line. How's that?
There you go, 59 yards to go.
So York gets in the back. He's got a 2+2 set, puts Briggs in motion, and we're going to see the pitch out.
In a reverse, throwing back to him.
As York's going to go downfield with it, and it's going to be the pass is caught he's still moving, and it looks like they're going to.
The ball might have came
the ball's
out
late.
But once again,
Coahoma's
this goes back to what
it.
I was saying: was forward progress done or not?
Well, and you said this earlier, and they're going to say that there was a fumble, and that Coahoma recovers at the 48-yard line.
Right, and that's a pass. It was to Lane Stansberry.
As we see this on the Alpha Paving instant replay, and that should have been. I'm with you. Well,
he's still fighting for a few yards, and it's a fumble. So Coahoma now has the ball with 52 yards to go.
Here's what I'm wondering: was there anywhere that they stepped out of bounds or anything like that? And we can't really tell. It's not really conclusive up here, as they get set with a 3-1 to the right, and they're going to go deep downfield and.
He's way behind number 5.
I was going to say, I don't even see an intended receiver. 5 is the closest man to it.
Yeah,
he overthrew him by about 10 yards.
Yeah, overthrew him and behind him.
Yeah.
So 5 evidently zigged when he should have zagged.
And your safeties.
Or the quarterback just got over anxious, one of the two.
Your safety's reading that, and he goes the wrong way. If he stays put, he gets an interception possibly. But, you're expecting him to throw to Henderson there. So, as we get set 2nd and 10 here for the Bulldogs, and Cox sits in the backfield, and is that Paul? I'm not sure. Was that deflected at the line? It's going to be a first down.
I'm not sure, but it's going to be a first down for sure. Number 8 for Coahoma on the catch.
That is Lanson Moore. Yeah, Lanson Moore.
And all that is just kind of let's run about 9-8 yards and it's a stop and they get it right to him.
So Oasis Crop Insurance first down for the Bulldogs, and couldn't really tell. It looked like it might have been deflected at the line, but I couldn't tell for sure, as we're going to go down the field again, and I swear to you, I thought that was an interception until I saw the ball way downfield.
Right.
I could not tell where that ball went, as it's incomplete, going to make it 2nd and 10. And they're taking big shots downfield here.
And that was Ethan Quinney, I do believe, on the coverage. And as an old secondary guy, I love the fact that he said hello, even though the ball had already went through his hands. It gets people thinking.
Another play downfield, and that's to Henderson, and it's going to be dropped again, and that's going to be 3rd and 10.
Right, and that was Garen Wiggins on the coverage that time.
We'll look at that on the Alpha Paving instant replay here, as, again, more coverage making him throw off his back foot there and threw a little behind him again.
Little behind, yes. So now it's 3rd and 10 with 1:14 left to go in the half.
I mean, if you're Coahoma, you're wanting something positive before you go into the half.
Well, absolutely. I mean, you're in Wall Hawk territory. You got to take a couple shots here.
Oh, man, what a shot as the ball met him.
And that was Garrett Guy. He read that perfectly, and about the time the ball got there, he got there with a nice shot.
That was perfect timing there. As beautiful timing. You can't time that any better.
Right. No, I mean, he sniffed out the screen earlier. Real early, and then he was just spying him.
The dangerous part of that play, though, is if he gets there half a second earlier, it's first down going the other way.
Right. So 4th and 10, and they're going to take a shot at this, which I agree.
You got nothing to lose at this
109.
point. As Cox steps back, and he's going to go downfield with it, and it's
I mean, I definitely don't hate it.
I mean, he went to the 30. He was trying to get it at the 30. That would be a first down, and the ball wasn't where he wanted it. He didn't catch it. Turnover on downs.
So now with 104, the Hawks will come back out and try to go 59 yards. Again.
So, it's not a lot of times you lose the turnover battle and lead by 28 points and a half.
No, it's not.
But it happens when the turnover battle is 1-0. So,
and they're going to take a shot
downfield
to Evan Bailey. He's going to catch it. I don't know they catch him.
Hey, can I do it? Touchdown Hawks! 59-yard strike from York to Bailey, clean straight into the end zone.
Just a go route by Bailey, and he catches him.
And they've done that several times on that first play of the series, and it finally hits this time.
Yes, sir. They sent it right to the middle of the field with Bailey, and like I said, when he caught it and started running, it's going to be hard for them to catch that young man. He's pretty fast too.
Well, when you hit him in stride like that, it's just hard to catch him, period, when you hit him in stride. Now, if he's got to do a little stutter step, it's a little easier. But
absolutely.
Extra point is up, and the Dick's Key Shop extra point is good. 35-0 with 55 seconds to go here in the first half. Let's look at that on the Dick's.
Once again, he's just the number 2 receiver down here in trips. Just a straight go, catches him in stride, and Evan Bailey. I mean, this is the leadoff leg of the state 4x4.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. I noticed something here. He did have to stutter a little bit.
He had to spin.
He had that little spin and slowed down, but here's the deal. You mentioned it. He's got that track speed, right? So as soon as he got it and turned around, he was gone.
He was gone.
And he's got that. It's like having a lot of torque in the engine. You just take off.
And that Wall Hawks overall team speed is one of the scariest things about this team in 3A Division II. Mm-hmm. They've got a lot of team speed on the edges.
Now, real quick, while we're waiting on the Schurz Landscaping Company instant kickoff right here. Now, we talked about the turnover battle. It's 1-0. You had that fumble. It happens. I like to think that first kickoff that they made, that they recovered.
Right.
I look at that as a special teams turnover.
It is a special teams turnover.
And so you're even on turnovers. We'll just say that. And that's going to go into the end zone. And that's that win for you. And that's going to be 25-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
So with 55 seconds, because it only took them
14 seconds
to score and kick a PAT.
And now instead of needing 47 yards, they need – or 41 yards, they need 75.
I was about to say, you do the math on that.
They needed 41 and then threw 4 incomplete passes, and now they need 75 yards.
I mean, we were joking before. I only got a 37 IQ, so you're going to have to do the math on that.
I got you there. As they get set here, Dix hands off. Cox hands off up the middle, and that's going to be 5-yard gain.
Yeah, that's Vineyard and Kyler O'Neal, and once again, Scandalari in on that tackle.
6-yard gain. I think you let them have that until the half's out. I mean, that's just going to run the clock down.
So now it's 35 and ticking.
And so Cox hands off again to Vineyard, and he's immediately hit at the line of scrimmage. He's going to get about 3 on it. It's going to be 3rd and 1.
Right, that's Brylan White and I do believe Garrett Guy once again, and then that.
All you're really doing, allowing them to do, is just pad a few stats here, as this would probably be the last play of the half.
You see Wall jumping back into a prevent defense. They'll let it catch underneath and rally to the pass.
They're going to go out to Gonzalez. It's going to go out of bounds with 6 seconds. It'll be an Oasis crop insurance first down there at the 40-yard line.
Right, you know, and the young man that I think is having a huge game right now, I mean, we keep saying his name over and over and over on defense because they seem to be going to his side, is Garrett Guy.
Yes.
And he's having a heck of a game right now.
And so they're going to get set. 6 seconds to go here as they're going to go down the field and hit number 12 there, and he's going to get out of bounds with no time, and that's going to take us to the half.
Yeah, Gavin Sisson was able to hold on and kind of whip him out of bounds.
And here's what I like. So before we go, here's what I like. Your coach is still coaching. The half's over. He stopped a scoring play, but he's still coaching him, telling him, hey, take him down right there. You know, don't worry about the out of bounds. Just take him down and stop the play.
Well, right.
Still coaching through it. I love that.
Yes, I mean, that's when you got to do it because it's fresh in their mind. They just got off of that play. The other can happen, right? Take care of what needs to be happening right there. Love on them and then move on.
That's it. So, folks, that's halftime here. Your Wall Hawks lead 35-0. So, folks, you're watching Wall Hawks football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union. We'll see you in a little bit.
San Angelo, it's time to invest in your home and protect your future. Olivas Restoration and Solar, your trusted partner in roofing, solar, insulation, and fencing. Call Olivas Restoration and Solar today for your free consultation.
When having a truck is essential, you should drive a Tundra from Mitchell Toyota. A Toyota Tundra is a formidable combination of power, space, and technology. Plus, it's a great-looking truck. Mitchell Toyota, where we put the deal back in dealership.
At Schertz Landscape, we care about the quality of trees that you put in your landscape. Therefore, we grow our trees here locally in the Concho Valley. As a certified arborist, I not only care about the quality of your tree being planted, but I am also qualified as a tree risk assessor. I can evaluate the health of an older tree or the risk that it may have to you and your property. Come see us at Schertz Landscape, where we care about the quality of your trees.
Cotton farming in the Concho Valley, that's risky business. Specializing in crop insurance and serving local family farmers for over 15 years, Oasis Crop Insurance understands those risks firsthand. That's why year in and year out, from the first seed you plant to the last boll you harvest, Oasis Crop Insurance is your risk management partner.
Oasis Crop Insurance, service from paradise.
At Texas Bank, we believe in the power of relationships. Our roots are our customers, the lifeblood of our business. We're more than just a bank. We're your trusted financial partner, committed to building lasting connections and providing personalized service that exceeds your expectations. From helping you achieve your financial goals to supporting you through life's changes, we're here for you every step of the way. Experience the difference of banking with people who truly care.
San Angelo, it's time to invest in your home and protect your future. Olivas Restoration and Solar, your trusted partner in roofing, solar, insulation, and fencing. Call Olivas Restoration and Solar today for your free consultation.
Big Red Band. Before we begin, we'd like to take this moment to highlight a member of the Big Red Band. This member of the band has put in a lot of effort to ensure that their section is as successful as they can be, and their hard work is a huge part of what has led to the performance that you are about to experience. Part of being a member of the Big Red Band is being a leader by example, and this student has done exactly that. as a member of the guard section. Please give a huge round of applause to Guard Captain Brinley Gordon. Last Saturday, the Big Red Band competed at the Concho Classic Marching Festival in San Angelo. The band earned a Division I superior rating, along with placing third in the 3A classification. Tonight, the Big Red Band will be performing their UIL show entitled Paranormal by Randall Sandridge. Paranormal is a story about a house that is controlled by an unknown force. Visitors to the house become so absorbed with its secrets that they soon become part of it, never to return to civilization. Drum Major McKenna Calvert, are you ready to present the Coahoma High School Big Red Band? Coahoma Big Red Band, you may now begin your halftime performance. Now on your feet as the Big Red Band presents the Coahoma High School Fight Song. Directors for the Big Red Band are Daniel Money and Andrew Perez. Now, please join us for one last round of the fight song. The Coahoma High School Band will be performing tomorrow at 2 p.m. at Ratliff Stadium in Odessa for the UIL Marching Contest. Please wish any band members you see good luck on their performance tomorrow. We would also like to wish the Wall High School Band good luck on their UIL performance tomorrow in San Angelo at 6:30 p.m.
Ladies and gentlemen, Wall High School proudly presents the award-winning Mighty Wall Hawk Band. The band will be performing their 2024 production, Step Into the Light. The band is under the field direction of drum majors Logan Brooks and Elijah Armstrong, color guard Miss Lily Terrell. And now, with Wall Hawk pride, the Mean Green Marching Machine. attention. Directors of the band are Dustin Moses and Gabby Wynn. Color guard sponsor is Amy Moses.
Check out why First Community Federal Credit Union is the #1 local auto lender in the Concho Valley.
With great low rates on new, used, and refinance autos, we can save you money. First Community has great payment options and low prices for GAP, extended warranty, and credit life insurance, so we can make your payment fit your budget. So be smart, bank smart, and contact First Community for your auto financing needs.
Pain is never planned, and recovery time is never convenient. But the last thing you want to do is wait for answers. At Angelo MRI, you are more than a number. We can get you results within 24 hours at a price you can afford. So when you need to get back into the game fast, tell your doctor you want to go to Angelo MRI. We hope you don't need us this season. But in case you do, remember, it's your health, your choice, your MRI.
Dear San Angelo, we share the belief that expectations are meant to be exceeded.
You think a pat on the back and trust should be earned.
You admire those who always do their best and bring out the best in others.
You believe we should always help our neighbor.
You have a history of embracing excellence and professionalism.
You feel the way we treat each other reflects our community's character.
We are proud to say, San Angelo, you are our hometown.
Would you like a time-lapse of your construction project? Damon Bell Photography and Drone Services. Need to check your roof for hail damage but don't want to climb up that rickety ladder? Perhaps you're selling property. We also cover sports and weddings. Damon Bell Photography and Drone Services. San Angelo, it's time to invest in your home and protect your future. Olivas Restoration and Solar, your trusted partner in roofing, solar, insulation, and fencing. Call Olivas Restoration and Solar today for your free consultation.
When having a truck is essential, you should drive a Tundra from Mitchell Toyota. A Toyota Tundra is a formidable combination of power, space, and technology. Plus, it's a great-looking truck. Mitchell Toyota, where we put the deal back in dealership.
At Schertz Landscape, we care about the quality of trees that you put in your landscape. Therefore, we grow our trees here locally in the Concho Valley. As a certified arborist, I not only care about the quality of your tree being planted, but I am also qualified as a tree risk assessor. I can evaluate the health of an older tree or the risk that it may have to.
Welcome back to Wall Hawks football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union. Larry, there's not a whole lot we can say that we haven't already said about this game. You got a 35-0 lead at halftime. I mean, if you want to find a downside, you're kicking off to Coahoma to start the second half.
Right, I mean, that's it. Now, if you're Coahoma, you like that because it gives you a chance to make your statement right now and start clawing your way back.
Absolutely.
Coming out of halftime, some games of interest.
There we go.
This district alone, Merkel is off tonight.
Right.
So you got a big game happening between Grape Creek and Stanton tonight over in Stanton.
Big seeding game from what I understand.
Very big seeding game. Stanton is up 14-12 in that game. Okay. Now some other 3A Division II that will impact playoffs down the road. Canadian Wildcats are beating Freona 49-0.
They got a good team up there in Canadian.
And Childress and Tulia are winning 20-0 in that one. You know, our hearts and our prayers go out to Canadian, number 44 up there. He's fighting a lot of stuff right now, and our prayers here in Wall, Texas go out to you for sure. The game's fun, but there's things that are way bigger than the game.
Absolutely.
Also in District 2, you've got Muleshoe 35-25 playing against Littlefield in Muleshoe tonight, so that's pretty close. And then Idalou 19-0 over Roosevelt.
Heard you got a pretty good game going on over there in San Angelo.
Yes. Now switching over to 6A local area, that district, you got Wolford Friendship at halftime up 28-21 over Legacy. And then 16-14 Central is over Mojo right now at halftime. as we get started here in the third
And the
quarter.
ball is going to be fielded here at the 1 yard line and be taken down at the 7. Muffed the kickoff. He went to go grab it, and it went between his, I don't know if it went between his legs, it just bounced around him. We're going to look at it here on the Alpha Paving Instant Replay, but something didn't go right here. Yeah, it went between his legs.
It just took a flatter bounce than what he was expecting, but Levi King's right there to grab him up and throw him out in 7. So 93 yards for them to go.
93 yards. That's tough. That's tough.
That's not how they wanted to start the second half.
Well, let's give them Let's give them a little credit. They got to the 8, 92 yards.
92 yards, even better. They already got a yard.
And they're going to have a handoff up the middle as Vineyard's going to get maybe half a yard. I would say line of scrimmage.
And this is a young man on the tackle that we've been saying a lot tonight is Scandalari is right there wrapping him up, and Gavin Sisson coming to clean it up.
Hey, so tell me, does that central score, a little surprise there?
No, not really. What I've watched, they are slowly getting better. They're slowly starting to trust their technique. And I said it when I did a Central game, as that ball's batted down.
Batted down very well, yeah.
One thing I'm seeing out of Central right now is they're starting to trust their coaches, and that's huge. Because if their coach is telling you to change your angle on a block to 45 degrees, and all of a sudden you're starting to trust it and do the little things and be more disciplined, and it works, it starts growing and growing. And I've always said it. There's 3 things I live by: play fast, play physical, and play discipline. And I think one of the biggest things a lot of times is playing discipline, doing what you're taught to do, the way you're taught to do it.
3rd and 10 here for the Bulldogs. I'll tell you my thoughts on this right after this play here as Cox steps back. He goes down the field and overthrows his intended receiver.
And once again,
just a little bit.
Running right there with number 12 for Coahoma, Garrett Guy. He's had a huge night tonight. He was the Farm Bureau Player of the Week today, too. So
Nice. Well, he's acting like it, that's for sure.
For sure.
So I had a couple weeks, I had the privilege to interview on the Bobcat show. I got to interview Coach Mark Smith out there from Central, and I had to tell you.
He interviews well, doesn't he?
He's such a good speaker. He's
very
really
eloquent.
And I told him that he's very well coached in how to talk, and that probably comes from his days of working in Oklahoma.
Well, yeah, you don't get to Division I college and not be able to speak to people.
Yeah, absolutely.
You never get past the interview.
No. He does.
If you can even get an interview.
But not only that, but when you talk to his players, when we got the chance to talk to his players really trust him.
Yes.
They are really balling out for him, so to speak.
And when we had an interview with him earlier in the year, that was one of the big things. That was what I asked him, how do you put together a staff? Because you can be a great head coach, but if you don't have good assistant coaches around you, you can't do it all yourself.
Punt is off, and it's going to hit at the 26 and roll to the 34.
So Wall is going to take over for their first possession of the third.
Ironically,
at Coahoma's 34.
Not their shortest field tonight.
No. Pretty close, but
close, but 4 yards short of their shortest field tonight. So they're going to get 1st and 10 here at the 34. They're at the 34 of the Bulldogs, as the offense is going to come out here for the first time in the second half.
But yeah, Central's a lot like Wall right now. They're learning a new system, and you can see them progress every week. So that doesn't surprise me a whole lot.
George steps into the pocket, goes
deep
down the field, and he's got him. Reed Robertson, touchdown Hogs! 34-yard strike. York to Robertson makes this score 41-0, pending the Dix Keyshop extra point.
And all that was a walk-off fade by Robertson. We'll see it on the
lone man
replay.
On that side of the field. It was a 3-1 set. He was the lone man over there, and just he beat his guy and got the ball.
By the way, he was the anchor on the state 4x4 team.
I'm starting to see a trend here.
Yes.
Larry.
Well, after this Dix Keyshop PAT, I'll give you that trend.
Oh, it doesn't look like
Looks like it's a little wide right.
That's okay.
The trend is simply this, we'll watch this fade as I'm going through this trend. Just a stop and go. It wasn't a walk-off, it was just a stop and go. The trend is simply this: you want to win in the fall There was an old saying back in the day when everybody was running the ball. You want to run the ring in the spring to win in the fall. Well, my deal is you run the ring in the spring to win in the fall now that everybody's airing it out. Speed kills.
It kills. Well,
right?
I remember seeing an interview here a couple years ago with Steve Sarkisian, head coach at UT.
Right.
And he talked about how he will not even, the first question he'll ask a high school coach right now is, does he run track? And if the answer is no, he doesn't want to talk to the kid.
You know, and to be honest, I'm okay. I just want a kid that's playing multiple sports. You know, if you're a young athlete.
Well, he will talk to baseball players. He will do that.
I want a multi-sport athlete. I want somebody that is going out there and trying other stuff, because you play all these different sports on this kickoff right there, Shirts landscape kickoff.
Filled it at the 9. Another good kickoff.
It sure looked like that might have been Levi King again. That'd be crazy. No, that was Gavin Sissom on the tackle this time, of number 88 for Coahoma. But when you do multiple sports, you have to put your body in different positions to play each different sport, and that only makes you a better athlete.
Oh,
but
I
more,
agree.
But more than that, you know, that old iron sharpens iron. Competitors compete. So if you're only competing in one sport, go find something else to compete in while you're waiting.
I totally agree. As Vineyard's going to take that play they're going to give him about half a yard on that. So I'm starting to notice something here with the Bulldogs. They're putting that extra back in the backfield as extra, almost looks like extra protection on their running plays. Almost like it almost looks choreographed, really, if you really look at it.
Right. Well, it's a way to get 3 backs in your backfield.
But it's like they feel like
to get a little
need
misdirection.
Well, it almost feels like they feel like they need it because the penetration's gotten so good by the front 3 of the Hawks here. As
you know, it's another way to run the counter, and that
we're going to have a pass interference call, and I don't really agree with that call.
Right, I think it was a little overthrown, probably an uncatchable ball, but I get it. I mean,
you guys kind of ran into each other. Well, let's take a look at it on the instant replay.
Well, we'll see it on the instant replay, on the Alpha Pavin instant replay. I mean, he's coming over at the same time. I don't think that's a catchable ball, but I can also see why he's throwing it.
Well, and here's the thing. Here's what I see. I see how it is possibly catchable if he doesn't have to run through those 2.
Well, but the ball was also thrown further into the middle of the field.
That's true.
So not only was it thrown over his head, it was also thrown way too far inside for him to even have a chance to catch it.
And I will say, if it was catchable, it was still very, very difficult to catch. Either way, it's still a first down for the Bulldogs, as they're going to get set here on 1st and 10 and hand the ball to Vineyard again, and he's going to get about 4 yards on the play and make it 2nd and 6 for the Bulldogs. And I'm still seeing that late whistle. I mean, he might have been fighting for another yard, but
I get it. I mean, there's a very small window on how long you want to let that go.
I agree. They're looking at 23 seconds to go on the play clock. And so they're going to get set and run the ball up the middle again with Vineyard, as he's going to just jump around everywhere, making a play, and he's going to go down about the 40, probably about 46. Going to make it 3rd and about 1, long 1, short 2.
See some new guys coming up off that pal. 59, I do believe that's possibly Gage Jacoby. I'm not certain on that. They brought some guys up this week.
59, that is Colin Garcia.
Colin Garcia is jumping off that tackle, as well as Alex Sandiego.
Vineyard's going to go up the middle across 50-yard line to the 49, get the first down there for the Bulldogs.
So you see Colin in on that one again, as well as Kyler O'Neal.
And this just looks like a power run to me right here. You know, just he's hitting a couple guys and just fighting for everything he's getting, and gets first down. So, as they get set again, a 3-1 set with Vineyard on the right side, left-hand pocket, and little fake. Actually, a really good fake on. I thought Vineyard took it up, and then Cox came out, threw the ball to his
Right.
left, and got about an 8-yard gain.
And Bryson McFarden comes up to bring him down. After a pretty good gain, that's going to be 8 yards, bring up a 2nd and 2.
Yeah, they're going to call it 7.
Possible
3.
3.
Yeah. Long 3, short 2.
I won't say it doesn't matter since I watched the ref make a first down call with a card one evening.
And we're going to, another good fake handoff there. Did he catch it? They're going to say no.
No.
3rd. I didn't think he had. But I will say those last 2 plays, the fake to Vineyard up the middle were really good because I thought Vineyard had both of them for a minute.
Number 18, Zach Ronfield on the cover for the Hawks.
You're seeing a lot of new defensive faces for Wall right now.
That is a pass or run up the middle with Vineyard as he's going to get about the 39, maybe the 40. Going to make it 4th and 1.
You know, and I like the fact that you got a lot of new faces on defense. Getting some
playing time,
legitimate time,
and good reps against the first team offense.
Right, that's only going to help them out down the road. You got Branch, Cohen Braden out there at the nose.
Oh, they're going to give him the 39 and give him the first down. I thought that was a little generous, but maybe not.
You even got Gage Jacoby at the other end up top away on the top side of the screen.
2+2 set. Cox steps back and dumps off to Vineyard, who's going to be taken down after about a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, you see Tayson Stucker come up, make the first contact, and then once again Garcia is right there to help clean it up.
I don't hate this play right here.
No, just a little swing. Your linebacker is really kind of key in that. You'd like for him to be a little more downhill. But like I said, he comes over and cleans it up late.
Here we go. We're going to get set another. Well, they got that little sniffer back there, a little extra protection there on the 2-1, and handoff up the middle again as he's going to be hit at the 35. And that's all she wrote on that. They're going to give him maybe the 34.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to give him about 2 yards to bring up a 3rd and 5.
Yeah.
With 6:07 left in the 3rd. So just like the first quarter, man, this game is going quick.
Very. Yeah, I was just going to say, we're already over halfway through the 3rd quarter here, and we barely blinked. So as they get set with a little 3-1 set, and Cox is going to roll out to his right, he's going to go downfield with it and catch by number 5 Henderson as he's out of bounds at the 23.
Yeah, he found number 5 just sitting in a little hole in that secondary. They were in a zone, and it's just a little stop route by him.
So as a former coach, at what point? Okay, with this drive, so you got a drive that's going down the field. At what point does your DC say, okay, now we just stop them?
Well, that kind of depends on what you're trying to get accomplished. If your goal is to keep a goose egg on the board, maybe you give them a couple more plays. If your job is to give these guys an honest chance and see if they can keep the goose egg on there for future, then you keep them out there and let them roll. You keep rolling people out there.
As we see that run and play go for a gain of about a yard, going to make it 2nd and 9.
It's really easy. You see a mess up, you get somebody else in there, coach them up, and send them back in. I mean, that's what you keep doing right now. You keep making your players better. It's kind of like what we were talking about earlier. Yeah. You fix the problem now, right then, and then go give them another chance to make it right.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and I love that.
And if they can, they can. If they can't, they can't.
Well, and as they're going to give the little end around basically to Vineyard as he's going to gain about 4 yards and take
That's
about 5
Tayson
yards.
Stucker, again, kind of coming off of a block to make that tackle.
We'll see that here on the Alpha Paving Instant Replay as Vineyard's going to take the Bulldogs into the Angelo MRI red zone.
Like right now, that this whole thing by Stucker, he does a good job of coming off that block. But if his angle would have been more outside like it should have been, he wouldn't have had to fight so hard and probably wouldn't have got 2 more yards on it. that's just a little coaching point that I promise tomorrow in film they'll be
the difference between 3rd and 3 and 3rd and 5. And 3rd and 3 is coached different than 3rd and 5. As 3rd and 3, they're going to go up the middle. They're going to get across the 10, and Vineyard is going to roll into the end zone, waiting for the call. There it is. That's going to be 41-6, pending the Dix Keyshop extra point here for the Bulldogs. Just a good, to me, just a good run.
Oh, it was a great run by Vineyard. I mean, he's been running hard all night long.
He has the whole game. Absolutely, I agree. And they're going to get set for the extra point here. The holder is
number 0,
Austin Jocelyn.
And Lanson Moore for the Dix Keyshop PAT, and it is no good.
Okay. So 41-6, 35-point lead here for the Wall Hawks.
So here we'll see it on the instant replay. You know, he sees a nice little gap. You know, he breaks that tackle, breaks 2 more tackles. And then, 58, that might have been Garcia trying to wrestle him down at the end.
He got into the end zone instead.
I think that was Branch. Branch got him down, but it was in the end zone.
So, no, I love it. It was good. And so, hey, fans, check out why First Community is the #1 local auto lender. With great rates on new, used, or refinanced autos and a variety of payment options, they can help make your payment fit your budget. So be smart, bank smart. Apply online at 1cfcu.org or give them a call at 325-653-1465. Rates and terms based on approved credit.
You know, and what I loved about that, you set up the question. I answered it.
Absolutely.
You know, if you're worried about perception and the score, then yeah, you bring your other guys in right now. If you don't, if you worry about developing players.
And I like the developing player side.
I do too, because you got to know when they get into playoffs, and these guys pretty much know.
Sure.
But
well, you got a team that has
when you're around somebody 5 days a week, and we're talking about week 8, and really it's more like week 50-something for these guys because they've been at it all year long on this Shirts Landscape Kickoff. When you've been around them all this time, you really know what they're about, but you want to know what they're about when the oil's hot, when things are real.
Right.
And you're not beating up on each other every day, right? You're in a game, you're seeing it. So you can, the little things that a lot of people don't see are the angles like I was talking about, or how hard are they coming up on that tackle, you know, and that's what you want to do because you get them on film. You can, now they're sitting in film room with a purpose.
Right.
They want to see them. Right. The eye in the sky don't lie, so they get to see themselves in person.
As the Hawks are going to get set here, as great, that is, I don't know who that is. It's on the jet sweep there. He's going to cross the 50 and go out of bounds at the 47-yard line.
That's, I want to say Levi King, and it was Levi King, and I think we're going to get a late flag on the sideline. And it's going to be I do believe it was a late hit, and really what it was, he continued the tackle 3 yards out of bounds.
But it's
not a flag,
Yeah, they waved the flag off. I like that call. I really do. As we get set here, and we're going to hand the ball off up the middle. He's going to get the first down and then some.
Yeah, that's Jagger Thompson on the carry.
And a great carry for about 14 yards. Going to make the Oasis Crop Insurance first down. So going back.
So now we see Kyler O'Neal at quarterback.
Oh, okay.
Kyler O'Neal kind of runs into him a little bit, just on an outside zone. But I don't know if y'all noticed that double team that just opened up things for him out there. Great double team by the tackle.
And again, you're getting second team reps against a first team defense. And I'll tell you after this play why I really like that more than anything. And maybe you'll be impressed with my insight here. I don't know. We'll find out. As we get set here, as the handoff to Jagger up the middle again, and he's got wide open field here, Larry.
He may score too.
Let's see. Do they get there? Touchdown Hawks! 47-6, your score, pending the Dix Keyshop extra point on the flag on the play. Great 32-yard run, but there's a flag on. I hope it's not holding. but it looks like it might
Looks
be in
like
the
it
area
is the way the Hawks are walking back.
Oh man, I enjoyed that one. Apparently a little too much though.
A block in the back against the Hawks.
It was downfield. So it's still going to be first down, and instead of 1st and 10, it's going to be 1st and 3 or 1st and 4 because of where the penalty was.
Let's see if we can see it. I didn't see it anywhere. Oh,
right
there it is. Number 6, Brady Neal. It was.
Yeah,
so let's go back to Jagger. Jagger's going to run and squat his way all the way down to the 11-yard line.
And another Oasis first down. So here's what I like about the development of players, right? So you have a lot of juniors on this team that may not have ever played varsity level. This is their first year at varsity, so they may not get as much playing time. Because you got a lot of seniors on this team too,
right?
That have been a part of a program that has a storied tradition and a lot of history of success. Getting those juniors that haven't played and may not get a whole lot of time, that playing time really helps build for your next year when they're seniors and are going to develop the next set of juniors that come in.
Sure, that, and you know, and I agree 100% with that. As Jagger's going to get the outside, and he's going to go.
At the 1.
You got to love that run.
That was a good run.
What I loved was at the end, he flat just said, "No, we're going to dance here." See him turn it in right there, but right here's what I like.
But another Olivas Restoration and Solar penalty that's going to go against the Hawks here, and it's.
So we had a holding right there.
It's going to bring it back to the 22 and make it 1st and 20.
But I love how he's running. You know, the only thing is lower your shoulder a little more because you just made a pop right there standing tall. So what can you do when you lower it?
Little swing out pass there, gets across the 20, back into the Angelo MRI red zone.
You know, and this one was a perfect one on this Angelo. We're now in the Angelo MRI red zone, but this was a perfect one where Brady Neal's blocking him, but his hips are outside, or Levi King's blocking. Brady Neal catches on this instant replay. We'll see it right here. You see the angle of 16's hips get outside because that's where his hips are.
Well, and you allowed your defender to dictate where you're going, and that's what ended up getting the tackle there. As we see the pass go across to number 11, he just slips.
Yeah, that was Bryson McFarden. He was excited to go.
He got a yard. They're going to give him a yard on it, but he just slipped.
Yeah.
Make it 3rd and 15.
As he was trying to wrap around the corner and go back outside, I do believe, he just kind of lost his footing a little bit and said, I'm going to get what I get.
So they're going to get set here. It's
interesting.
But that's one of those little things, you know, seeing your blocks and working off of your blocks.
And I'm seeing a lot of several new numbers out there right now as they get set as deep play down the field and nearly intercepted as it was thrown a little short. We see Henderson there on defense here, nearly intercept that, but drops it 4th and.
So the Hawks with the wind behind them now are really kind of blowing still at a sideways angle, are going to come out and try the PAT as Kyler O'Neal attempted his first pass of the night.
And it wasn't, well, it was second. He had the previous.
That's right. He threw out the bubble screen.
First pass deep downfield, though, as we see the point PAT, gets key shot field goal here.
And it's going to be a little short.
Well,
and
it looked like it might have been. I couldn't tell if it was. Let's see here if it was tipped. It looked like one of the defenders might have. Maybe I'm missing something. No, it doesn't look like a defender quite got there.
You'll notice he just didn't follow through all the way. He was trying to punch it and it just got a little underneath it and didn't quite have the distance.
That'll give Coahoma the ball at the 20-yard line with 52 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. And so they'll get set in a 2-1 with the extra back there. We got a flag. Was that a flag?
Yeah, we've got a false start on the Bulldogs on this Olivas Restoration and Solar penalty.
So 1st and 15 now You know, when I see this package right now for Coahoma, I'm immediately thinking run to Vineyard.
That's probably a pretty safe bet.
But they've also used that to hit Henderson on the outside.
Right, they've done a little RPOs with it, but no, it's going to be to Vineyard. And it looked like number 66 for the Hawks is right there to wrap him up, Gage Jacoby. But that
good 3-yard gain, good push forward, but I mean, it's only 3 yards. I think you give up that 3 yards every play. You're okay with that under the circumstances.
Sure, I mean, when you're up 41-6, you don't have to stress too much.
Right. Well, you're not stressing a whole lot up 35 points. That's for sure. As we get set with another run to Vineyard, as looked like he was going to be hitting the backfield. He's going to get the original penalty yardage back. Going to be 3rd and 10, but
you know, this time you have number 52 Taylor at the other defensive end spot, kind of getting in there and causing a little havoc.
And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. We're going to take a quick break, folks, and we're going to get, when we come back, it's money quarter time. And so stay with us. You're watching Wall Hawks football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union.
At Schertz Landscape, we care about the quality of trees that you put in your landscape. Therefore, we grow our trees here locally in the Concho Valley. As a certified arborist, I not only care about the quality of your tree being planted, but I am also qualified as a tree risk assessor. I can evaluate the health of an older tree or the risk that it may have to you and your property. Come see us at Schertz Landscape, where we care about the quality of your trees.
Cotton farming in the Concho Valley, that's risky business. Specializing in crop insurance and serving local family farmers for over 15 years, Oasis Crop Insurance understands those risks firsthand. That's why year in and year out, from the first seed you plant to the last boll you harvest, Oasis Crop Insurance is your risk management partner.
Oasis Crop Insurance, service from paradise.
Welcome back to Wall Hawks football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union. We get a 3rd and 10 call here for the Bulldogs, as Cox is going to roll to his right, go deep downfield. Interception by the Hawks, as he's going to return it across the 30 to about the 25-yard line.
And that was Gage Jacoby, just a safety sitting back, waiting, and the ball went right to him.
I think he saw this throw the whole way. He knew where this was going.
It started off as just a stop and go by the receiver. You'll see it right there, but he bent it back inside. The quarterback saw him bend him back inside to a cover 3 safety in Gage Jacoby. I mean, he
just took advantage.
I mean, Gage Raganall. He just saw it and took off.
Now, this is the best starting field position of the night for the Wall. They're 4 yards on the other side of that 30-yard line now. 26-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Wall Hawks. As they're going to come out, Kyler O'Neal taking the team out there with Jagger on his left-hand pocket. We got timeout by the Wall Hawks.
Yeah, they just want to make sure they have the right personnel out there. You know, if you're out watching this game on Concho Sports right now, we really appreciate it, but we also would appreciate you supporting these local businesses that are supporting this show.
Absolutely. They're the reason we can do this.
Absolutely. They allow us to come up and watch this game and present it to you and talk a little football.
You know, here's the thing I love about this. I love that we have the sponsors we have, because they allow us to come out and highlight what these kids are doing.
Absolutely.
I've done this this is my 7th year doing this, and getting to highlight these kids. Some of these kids go back and watch this, and they're like, hey, I heard
a lot of them do.
Yeah.
A lot of them
I heard you talk about me. Hey, how'd you call me out on that penalty and stuff like that? And they joke around with you about it, but it really matters to them.
Yes, and it matters to the family too. So thanks to the sponsors and thanks to everybody watching this. As the ball pops out, and somehow it looks like he was able to rip it back to himself.
I'm not sure how he got that ball back. It's going to be a loss of 4 on the play, but I'm not sure how he got that ball back to him.
And once again, that's Raganall, the one that, he just got the interception. They're going to give him a chance on a jet sweep.
I'll tell you what, he did not have that ball at first, but he ripped it right from it, the defender. Going to be 2nd and 14 here for the Wall Hawks as Jagger's going to get that. He's going to cross the 35, the 20.
And he's still up fighting all the way down to the 15-yard line.
15-yard line, yeah. That's going to be a first down, an Oasis Crop Insurance first down. I apologize. I said the 35. It was the 25 he crossed.
Once again, you see a really good job. You'll see Gage Ragnall come over with the tackle and seal that edge. And even Brady Neal got just enough for Jagger to get around outside.
But it's going to be 1st and 10 here from the 15-yard line as Jagger's going to take the handoff, try to go around that left end. He's going to get across the 10-yard line before he is, upended.
And that's going to bring Yeah, at the least, unless
clothesline is what it was.
Yeah, but it's going to be a Levis Restoration and Solar
it's going to be a first
flag.
down no matter how you look at it, too.
I think they're going to get a face mask because looking at Jagger right now, he's kind of indicating that by holding his face mask.
They waved it off.
They're going to wave it off, saying he didn't grab the face mask, and he had all pads.
Well, let's look at it here on the Alpha Paving Instant Replay here as Jagger goes across the 15, gets into the 5.
And it was a face mask for sure.
I thought it was more of a horse collar than anything, but.
No, it was straight running. He grabbed the bottom of the face mask just like Jagger was saying he did.
Well, either way, it's going to be, after that little short run there, it's going to be 3rd and about 3 yards here in the Angelo MRI red zone. Unfortunately, hey, they missed, calls are missed.
Absolutely. Hopefully they go back and watch this production as well and learn from it. Because you can make a mistake, but if you don't learn from it, it's no good.
Agree. And here's my thing. I couldn't, just looking at it as quickly as I did, I couldn't tell if he grabbed the face mask or if he grabbed the collar.
But we're also not 6 yards from it.
Right. Either way, it should have been a penalty whether it was a horse collar or a face mask because they get set for the 3rd and 3 call here. And Kyler goes out to Jagger, who's going to go across. He's going to be taken down short of the first down and go kick it and put points on the board.
He's going to get right back. Now, I don't know.
You're closer?
Yes, you are. I don't think you need to work on your PAT, though. I think you need to work on these guys out on the field right now.
I'm okay with that, too.
I know people would not like, they'd say that it's running up the score, but to me, I think you're working on the kids that's out there that in this type of situation.
I'm okay with that. 4th and 3 here as we get set. And O'Neal and Jagger in the backfield together. And O'Neal's going to stand up, and I'm not sure who he was trying to throw that to, but he threw it between two receivers.
I think he was expecting Levi King to possibly run an out. Either way, it was wide outside and incomplete, and it's a turnover on downs.
Yeah, Bulldogs will take over at the 8-yard line.
Either that or maybe a slant by number 18,
I feel like there was maybe a
Romfeld.
miscommunication there somewhere, or a different expectation than what occurred, so to speak. So the Bulldogs going to get set, and 2-1 handoff to Vineyard up the middle, and he's going to try and bounce out, but nothing doing. This is going to be a loss of a yard. Good tackle for a loss there for the Hawks. And that's 59.
That's
60.
Garcia again, and
Samaniego, Alex Samaniego. So it's a long 11, short 11, long 10, actually a loss of about a half a yard. And I'm expecting, there it is, a run by Vineyard again. He's going to bounce outside this time and get around Samaniego as he gets up to about the 15, probably the 17-yard line was over there. Mark this down at, going to be 3rd down. And he bounced around Samaniego. You see him bounce around and then get a few extra yards there.
Yeah, I know Samaniego did a really good job of fighting through some blocks right there to kind of slow it down.
But to Vineyard's credit, that was a little bit of speed that got the missed tackle there.
Sure.
So it's going to be 3rd and about a yard here for the Bulldogs. And so handoff to Vineyard again, who cuts back to his left. And he looks like he's going to get the first down. Needed 1, got 2. So, apologize, folks. We're having a little bit of a technical difficulty, but we'll call the game as we see it until we get everything going again. So, 1st and 10. There we go. 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line of the Bulldogs as they get set with that extra back in the backfield for Vineyard. And handoff to Vineyard again. He's going to get across the 20, across the 25, and then be met by a whole host of Hawks. Good team tackle there by the Hawks there.
Yeah, I mean, you like to see the tackle. You don't like to see the tackle 8 yards down the field.
I can agree with that.
So, yes, you like to see that everybody's flowing to the ball. You just want it to happen.
Maybe a little sooner.
Yes.
2nd and 4 here for the 2nd and 3 for the Hawks. Or not for the Hawks, for the Bulldogs. As great penetration in the backfield. That's going to be a tackle for a loss, I think. As he's going to lose a yard, as just what you wanted to see. Get into the backfield, get that tackle. And that's what the Hawks did here. We'll see here on the Alpha Paving Instant Replay.
Right, and that's Tayson Stucker on just a pressure, fighting off of a block, wrapping him up.
But that was not Vineyard there on that carry. That was actually Gage Simmons there on that carry that time.
So 3rd and 4 with 5:58 to play. He's going to roll out looking downfield.
Cox pulls the RPO, goes deep downfield, throws it out of bounds. 4th and 3. 4th and 4.
And that will stop the clock at 5:50. I'm sure Coahoma will bring out the punt team.
Hey, Hawks fans, we want to remind you again that if you're in the market for a new car or truck, go over and see the folks at Mitchell Automotive Group. That's Mitchell Toyota on Knickerbocker Road and Mitchell Buick GMC on Sherwood Way.
You know, I'm starting to feel a little pressure. I got a text a little bit ago from my wife. She's watching at home. So now the pressure's on to not look like an idiot. You know, it's one thing to say what I say. And
we need to get that IQ to 38 now.
Yes, my IQ's still stuck at 37.
Good punt. A good high punt anyway, and it takes a Bulldog bounce across the 50-yard line to about the 48, and that's where the Hawks will take over. I feel like this punter, he's got a good high punt, but the trajectory out, I think he's got too much height that doesn't go far enough.
Well, he's trying to get it high to take advantage of that wind, I would think.
Yeah.
But the wind's not helping him out because it's kind of going, now it's way more east, southeast. Earlier it was south, southeast, but it's kind of turning more to the east now.
52-yard field here for the Hawks as they get set here as O'Neal pitches out to Jagger as he's going to get across the 50 to about
still
the
on his feet fighting.
44, they're going to say 43.5-yard line. Good 8-yard run, 9-yard run, going to be 2nd and 1. Good little pitch and run there. As he just finds a hole and then.
You know, a really good job by Cohen Braden kind of pushing him forward for another yard.
As we get another pitch out
to Jagger. If he gets the edge, he's gone.
And so he's at the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown Hawks, the 42-yard run by Jagger there. And as you said, he got around that edge and there was nobody to catch him.
Once again, he's a pretty fast track kid. He's also a high jumper, so he's got a little explosion to him.
That was a lot of explosion there, I'll say it. Great run around that edge.
Once again, you saw him once he made that cut out. We'll see it on this Alpha Paving.
After the Dick's Key Shop extra point here, 47-6 currently the score pending this extra point. There's the snap, kick is up.
Looks like it's good.
It is good. 48-6 your score, 4:59 to go in the game. So let's see what we see here on this instant replay. Call it for us.
All right, so all that's going to happen, you're going to get another down block on the edge. There it is, boom, double. We're going to get a block outside. He's able to split them, but when he got out there, you saw him turn it on.
He did.
You know, great block by Levi King. Once again, he read Levi King's block. that's a big difference. He saw that his rear end was facing the outside, and he went that way.
He did. He ran right outside of it. And I like how you said that. He just hit a different gear.
Yes,
I mean,
he's another
he
fast
hit
young
that
man.
30-yard line, and he said, "I only got 30 yards to go. Let's get it done as quick as we can." And I think he only took about 3.5 seconds to go 30 yards.
Right, and he's a little bit smaller young man than Leonis. He likes to get outside.
Yeah.
You get him outside into some space, he's shiftier because he's a little shorter, a little lower center of gravity than Leonis is. That and he's a little lighter, so he's able to turn that tugboat a little faster. You know.
Yeah. See, me, I can't do that. It takes me 22 seconds to turn the tugboat. As we get set for the Schurz landscaping kickoff here, and fielded at the 20, full speed Bill, and he's going to be taken down. Ooh, big hit about the 33-yard line.
By number 65.
Great hit, 65, Zach Welch.
Yeah, you see Zach Welch on this. He kind of turns it on late. He clears up right about there and just flies in and makes that tackle with
16 in there as well. Levi King in there. Yeah. Kind of had his toes, and then Welch came in there and finished it off. 33-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. That's where they'll take over as they get set in the 2-and-2 set.
So 4:54 left in the fourth.
Hand off to Vineyard up the middle. He's gonna get through a little bit of the line. About 9 yards later, he's gonna hit the ground. 2nd and 1.
Finally, Bryson McFarden, coming from a safety spot, makes that tackle.
So looks like a little bit of a long 1 yard line, 1 yard to gain. Not to be a fortune teller here, but I have a feeling we're going to see Vineyard run the ball again.
I would think so.
But I'm just guessing.
Yeah, I mean it.
This is where you want to see that good tackle for a loss. You've seen the good penetration from the Wallhawk defensive line. You just want to see them get back in there again, and you know it's coming. And
and that was really good patience.
And I mean,
it was power. It was power G. He was patient and then waited.
Yeah, Vineyard's going to get the first down, but he's only going to get 2 yards. And
that was Simmons on the carry right there.
But they did not make it an easy 2 yards for him. That is for sure. And the clock is still ticking. 3:42 and counting down to go here in this game. They're going to get set 2+2. Vineyard on the right-hand side. I apologize. That is not Vineyard. That's Simmons. As it's going to go for a pass to Henderson.
And Bryson McFarden's right there to hit him right when he catches it.
Yeah, just across the 50-yard line at the 48. A gain of about 3 yards. 2nd and 7 here for the Bulldogs. 48-6. Number 6, Wall Hawks lead the Coahoma Bulldogs in this District 4-3A Division II tilt. And this will put Wall in absolute control of this district.
Right, it will keep them in that top spot. They still got a couple games to go with both Grape Creek and Stanton.
Looks like Simmons is going to get across and get about a yard on the play. Going to make it about 3rd and about 6 yards.
Speaking of Grape Creek and Stanton's kind of blown that game open with they're at 35-12 right now with 3:54 in the fourth. Just in town at San Angelo Stadium while this game's going on, Odessa Permian is now up 24-23 on the Bobcats.
That is a game right there.
As we hear the band's version of Neil Diamond's song, Sweet Caroline, right?
I love that song. 3rd and 6 here for the Bulldogs.
They're laughing at me. I'm worried that I'm getting it wrong now.
4th and 6 for the Bulldogs. They make a throw down to it'll be about 4th and 2. Looks like it was to Henderson again as he makes a good catch. Immediately hit by the Wall Hawks. Going to be 4th and 2 here at the 48-yard line.
All I know is when the band starts playing Sweet Caroline, life is good in the stadium.
See, that's why
I do not see any lighters out there, though. I guess that's from the 80s. It's just cell phones now.
See, I don't know the wall traditions. I've only lived in San Angelo for about 14 months now, so I'm still learning all these things about this out here in San Angelo. 4th and 2. Simmons takes the carry up the middle. Going to get about 4 yards on the play. Going to make it a first down. Another Oasis first down for the Bulldogs.
And that was Bennett Branch on the tackle.
About a minute to go in this game. Your second team's getting a lot of good reps against a first team that's still playing hard, still being competitive, and you're getting good reps for those. It's
second
invaluable.
Play.
Yeah,
totally invaluable. It's the stuff you, as a coach, you love because everybody's playing and you got something to evaluate the next day.
So Simmons is going to get another play. He's going to be hitting the backfield this time. He's going to be loss of about 3 yards.
It looked like Garcia on the tackle, number 69 for the Hawks.
Yep. And that it was 59 and 69 got in there.
Right. Ben Taylor also was in on that tackle.
So second down, possibly the last play of the game here. 2nd and 13 here for the Bulldogs as the play. Simmons is he's gonna make a good run, but he's gonna be taken down after about a 5-yard gain. And folks, that's the game. Your Wall Hawks are gonna improve to 7-1 on the season, undefeated in district play, as they take this game walking away 48-6 tonight.
You know, and for Wall, that you saw everything you wanted to see tonight. You saw your offense and defense really kind of hit on all cylinders, and then you saw these young guys come in and play well too. But like I said, what you love about it as a coach is, and really as a player, you're going to walk in the film tomorrow and everybody's locked in because everybody's represented on that field.
Oh no, absolutely. What I liked with the first team of Wall, now mind you, again, first time I've seen Wall play this year, first time I've seen them play ever.
Sure.
And other than on a small TV screen a couple times for a few plays. And what I really liked is Landon York. He spread the ball around to his receivers very well. He made good throws on those first plays of the series going for it. He wasn't scared to make that throw down the field. A couple of them kind of sailed, had the wind issue, a few times. Hit a couple of them, big plays. But there was no fear in taking that throw down the field.
No, and now you won't, for sure, those receivers don't mind going after it either. Now you want them to have the same no fear.
Yes.
Get up in the air and it's your ball.
Yes.
If there was one thing, that would be, if at the high point, you better be battling for the ball or don't go up at all.
And your running back, Leonis did a great job. Jagger did a great job playing with the running back. Because here's the thing. Okay, it's at the end of the game. It's in the fourth quarter. You call that junk time. But the fact is Jagger was playing against a first-team defense.
Yes.
And played really well. Big run, 42-yard run for a touchdown.
Well, he really had another one, too, that was called back.
Should have. I won't say he should have had two. There was a legit penalty there, but had two really good runs. Even with that penalty, he still had that guy beat. There was no need for that particular penalty, but it does happen.
Right.
But you're right. He had two great runs there and showed that he is – I think when you get to playoff time, that experience, like you said, that experience is priceless.
Sure.
Because when you get to playoff time, that's a guy that if you're in a pinch or somebody goes down, you know you can trust him.
Right.
So I think that's where I see it here.
So as this district goes forward, you now have Great Creek 1-1.
Okay.
Coahoma 0-2.
Okay.
Merkel was 0-1.
Yep.
And now Stanton jumps in there at 1-0. I go back. It's a plus. It's if there becomes a three-way tiebreaker, it's going to come down to points. A two-way tiebreaker for any seed, whether it be 1, 2, or 3. I don't see a first having that, but it could. I think Wall's kind of rolling to be that first seed. So if there's a three-way tie for that second seed, it's going to come down to points, and 15 points is the key, right?
Right.
So Grape Creek losing to Stanton 35-12, that now has them at 0 in that tiebreaker if Stanton ends up being one of them in it. Because they were plus 15 over Coahoma, if Coahoma's one of them. They may not. But just keep that in mind at home, that 15 points is the max points in this district.
And right now, looking at everything, Wall's sitting at what, plus 30, right?
Well, as
not
long
that
as
they need it.
Not that they need it. If they win another game, it's a done deal for them. With the number 1 seed, which they've got Grape Creek next week in Grape Creek.
You would expect that that's going to be the issue, or going to be the situation.
Right. I think you're really looking for 2, 3, and 4, and I'm sorry if that upsets people, but that really on paper that's what it looks like.
Right.
So
who do you think is 4 there? Because you got Coahoma and Merkel down there, possibly being the battle for that 4th seed.
I think Merkel. I still think Coahoma has a really good football team, and I think they could surprise Stanton. They could surprise Merkel. They could win those games, right?
Players play
and to be honest, Merkel's got a lot of fight in them too. They're no stranger to being in the playoffs either.
But they are under a new head coach this year as well, implementing a new system.
Sure.
And I know that. I happen to know that coach personally. I talked with him at Snyder as well.
Sure.
And Wes's system's a little bit hard to learn down there, so I know Merkel's going through their growing pains as well. But there's several teams that anytime, like you said, Coach Slaughter's coming in here putting a new system in, and Wall had to go through their growing pains. But when you have a traditional program like Wall, I mean, typically goes deep in the playoffs, players tend to adjust a little quicker sometimes.
Right.
And
very true.
And so I look at Coahoma. I look at their battle tonight. Look, they've got a good front line. Their front line's not small. They do good. They have good running back. Vineyard is a good, solid run back. And oh man, now I can't remember.
I mean, they're 0-2 right now in district, but they could easily be 2-2 when it's all said and done.
Yes.
And that may be where that tie is.
Easily, I could see that. So it could get real interesting in this district. I could see that.
I just know with the speed that Wall has, it's going to be tough for any team to beat them. They are. I said it earlier. As far as a 3A Division II, they are the fastest team, overall team speed I've ever witnessed.
I can see that
in a team.
I can see that, and they played really well tonight. I think the problem for Coahoma they were just outmanned on speed. They were just outmanned on speed tonight.
Right.
I feel like in the trenches it was pretty good. I mean, each team got their own punches in the trenches, but in the end, the speed of Wall just took care. Larry, I don't know about you, but I think it's time to head to the house.
I would agree with you.
And so I'm going to tell you, we're going to say goodnight. Folks, it's been a great game. Your Wall Hawks are going to walk away 48-6, 2-0 in district, 7-1 on the season, much improved.
And if you,
great team, great
Since
game.
we're done over here, gladly switch over. There's a good game going on in town on Concho Sports Network. Just switch over to Central versus Permian. But tonight's been a great night for the Wall Hawks.
It's been a great night, and just such a beautiful football weather. This is the time of year I love football, when it starts to cool down. It's just great.
I like my hoodies.
Folks, you've been watching Wall Hawks football on Concho Sports Network, presented by First Community Federal Credit Union. Have a good night, folks.